So, just received a box of generic outer sleeves from a company called Panma. As you can see, just opening up now to check them out. Quite interesting that they used as packing material some cast off test prints, presumably. But you can see 100 generic black sleeves, outer sleeves, with a 3mm spine, and these are what I'm going to be using to do the next batch of resleeving. Nothing special, just as a plain card. Okay, so the process I use is to put the LPs in an anti-static liner and then place them in the new sleeves. Remember, here I'm still using the old sleeves that I had. Initially I started by doing this wrap process where I had a front and back picture of the album and a central spine print, but this is quite intensive on both the ink used and the amount of print I'm using. So as you'll see later, I go on to use a different method where I just produce a strip to go down the spine and just a track listing. The adhesive I'm using is a very watered down PVA, so even less thick than you would say have for wallpaper paste. Very, very thin. The advantage of this is, because the sleeves are slightly glossy, is that at a later date they can actually just be peeled off because of, as I say, the slightly glossy nature of the outer sleeves I've got here. Especially so with the black ones, less so with the white ones, where I found I couldn't actually peel them off again. I found this out when I'd got some creases and I tried to rectify them a little later. So this is the second method I'm using, and as you see, this requires me to cut a small strip for just the spine itself, and then all I'm going to put on the back is just, as I say, the track listing for the LP. But this saves considerably on the amount of printing that's required. I can get, instead of getting one cover per A4 sheet, I can get something like 45 spine slips and 8 track listings per side of A4. This, however, is far more fiddly. So they're 5 albums re-sleeved with generic back sleeves. As I say, I did start using this wraparound design initially. I've done 40 already. I bought a sample of 4mm and 3mm. This is a 4mm one, which I use for double albums. I can get 2 of the chunky card sleeves in there with no issue. Fortunately, I don't have that many damaged double albums to re-sleeve, so those have mostly been done. I've got a few of the 4mm sleeves remaining. I had a sample of a few of these Panama sleeves in white, which I've used, and I decided to, when I put in the bulk order for 100, I decided to try the black ones. May go back to the white for the next order. I say I've got quite a few to do yet. Although these do offer a reasonable amount of protection, when I had the original idea to re-sleeve them with plain sleeves, I couldn't find anybody to supply genuine outer sleeves, so I had to go for these 12-inch DJ sleeves. So I bought a box of 500. Still got a few left, although I did sell on 100 or so to a shop or DJ some time ago, but I still have some left, and what I'll be doing with those is carry on not re-sleeving the outer, but I have got these very badly damaged, water damaged LPs. You know, you can see the water staining on this, but the worst issue is that the edges are completely wrinkly, and it makes getting sleeves in and out quite difficult. So I'll be using some of the surplus card sleeves I have left as inner sleeves for those LPs. The reason I tried to keep some of them, I mean, again, this version, this copy of Led Zeppelin 3, you could say it's almost an iconic work of art in its own. And again, it wasn't too badly damaged, but we do have this significant rippling all along the edges. I mean, my wheelie disc still does go round. so that's nice, but it is rather ruined. But I don't see any reason to re-sleeve if they're still functioning as a sleeve. Also, you get things like, again, water damaged, completely ruin the edge of it, but the majority of the LP cover is fine. And when you get LP covers like this 12th Night one, which is literally an amazing work of art. Is it all showing on the camera? Well, either way. Anyway, I've got quite a few albums that have been water damaged but are not significantly damaged for me to want to actually go through the re-sleeving process, because, as I say, they still have a functioning sleeve, and all I'm going to do is substitute the inner sleeves with hard outer sleeves and with the thin Japanese style anti-static sleeves, which again I'm now buying by the 100. So I've got my box of 100 outer sleeves and I've got my 100 inner sleeves, so I'm going to be going through this pasting process for the next few weeks. And what I'll end up with is, at least I'll be able to see which albums are in the rack, whereas at the moment some of them are completely lost, and I haven't been really aware of them. I mean, if it was a small collection, it wouldn't have been a problem. I'd have just had a front-facing rack so I could flip through. But when you've got quite a few LPs, the only sensible storage option is spine out in a rack. So it is going to be a long process re-sleeving all these, but as I say, I think it is going to be worthwhile in the long run, and it will certainly aid finding LPs which I haven't been aware of. Okay, bye.